What's up, everybody? And welcome to a WNBA State of Mind where we mainly discuss basketball, but we love other sports. We up once again for the summer edition, and we are 7 episodes away from 100 podcast episodes. So I want to say thank you to every single person who made this a joyful journey. It's been a long road, but we almost there, fellas. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I got my guys on here. I got my nephew Vid, and I got Dominique Dot out here on the show. We're going to have an exciting show. We got a lot of stuff up, boys. We got a lot going on, okay, in the NBA. With Dallas versus Boston, you got Luka, you got Kyrie, all right, you got Jalen, you got Jason. And we know that they're going to lead, right? But I think that it's going to be the supporting cast who is going to really make the difference for the series. You can agree with me or not. On the other hand, the WNBA, we got plenty to talk about. Okay, you can pick your topic. All right, from player grievances to the Caitlin Clark effect, but I personally think that it's the coach's effect. But we'll get back to that because we on the East Coast, as usual. You got the Connecticut Sun blazing the track. They 7-0. Okay, we want to see what they do down the road. All right, the Liberty 6-2. All right, I'm concerned about them. The Dream, all right, they're playing well, 4-2. You got the Sky 4-4. They lost yesterday to Indiana, who is dead last, 2-7. I don't even know what the back end of it is. On the West Coast, all right, we got the Minnesota Lynx out front. They scare me. All right, with the new additions, they definitely scare me. Right now, they're sitting on 5-2, and it could be different because there were some games yesterday. All right, the Aces 4-2. Not worried about my girls at all. All right, Storm 5-3. Wings 3-3. They're not having the greatest start, but they are an excitable team to watch. All right, my teams that I like to watch are Dallas, Atlanta, the Aces, and of course Indiana with Caitlin. Everybody wants to watch her. The reason why I want to watch Dallas is because of Goomba Wally with her buzzer beaters. Every single game they win, it's on a buzzer beater from her. She's the buzzer beater queen. She probably holds the record in the league for that. The Lynx, they picked up Courtney Williams and Heidemann, okay, who played together in Connecticut, and they were a fantastic duo, which creates a major problem down the road. Once they start gelling, Sika Kone over there, they got a nice mix of players. All right, I can't wait for my girl Diamond Miller to get rolling. I haven't really heard much about her. Hope she's not injured, but I'm telling you, that girl can roll. She's one of my faves. Atlanta, and hold on, Dom. I already know this is your squad, but your squad, man, they scare me. Okay, because especially when they start to gel, they added Aerial Powers, one of my faves. Jordan Canada, one of my faves. Tina Charles, one of my faves. That trio right there, once they start gelling, oh my goodness, they're going to be a difficult matchup down the road. That's all I'm saying. The Aces, for various reasons. Yes, Chelsea is hurt, but that's okay. We're going to be fine. We're going to be in the playoffs. That's all we need to worry about right now. Asia is having a consensus MVP type of season right now. I don't think anybody is even holding a torch to her. India, of course, you got Kate. However, the coach is doing too much. She's doing too much shuffling. And I'm going to piggyback off of what Vid said. They got a whole bunch of players over there, and I don't even think that they know how to put them together. But I'm going to give you a little something on how to put it together. You got Erica Wheeler, Kelsey Mitchell, and Clayton are definitive starters. Definitive. Okay? Fog Benham, she needs 28 minutes. You give her that, she's going to average a double-double. Easy. She's already at 9 and 5. All right? Mitchell needs 32 minutes. Lexi Hull needs 18 minutes. Period. It's the way that it is. Talk to me, fellas.
Goody, hey, I totally agree with you, on all your WNBA points. But, don't digress. We are in the NBA Finals. The finals are this week. And it's going to be a Game 7 this year. It's going to be a classic series. They're going to go back and forth. The Dallas Mavericks will be your NBA champions. once again, the Boston Celtics get to that point they've been trying to reach all year, just like every other team, but they've got some lingering injuries that are going to kind of slow that squad down. Dallas is fully healthy. Dallas also has a couple of wrinkles that they're going to throw at the Celtics. I know Jason Kidd's mind as a point guard. He's always thinking. So he's got some players that haven't really played in this playoffs that he's going to throw out there in the heat of the moment, and they're going to perform. One kid I'm going to mention, I know for sure, because I've talked to a few Mavericks, he's going to get some time. Alex Fudge. Kind of been in the league, G League, up and down, but everyone says the same thing. The kid can defend. So he's going to be that X factor, that wrinkle that no one has heard about all year. He's going to come in and make a difference.
Well,
we talking.
I first off, we got to apologize to Dallas and the Timberwolves, because the last episodes we just overlooked them. At least I did. My pick was Denver and the Celtics, just because I thought they were deeper, more experienced, and everything like that. But I'm still going with that. It hurts me to say that I believe the Celtics is going to pull it out as a Lakers fan, lifelong Laker fan. But I do think their experience in the finals will overtake the Mavs. They only have one player, if I'm recalling correctly, that's been there, and that's Kyrie. It's a different stage when the pressure's on you. No disrespect to your young man or anything, but he hasn't been there yet. So he might do well, but it's a different level when you come to the finals, and Boston's been there, and they came up short when they were there. So they're looking at all that and looking for revenge. So Celtics is my pick.
Nice, Dave. I agree with both of y'all on a lot of things. The series is definitely gonna go 7 games. I can feel that in my bones. It's gonna be probably one of the most exciting NBA championships that we've had in a while. It's gonna go down to the wire, and I expect Luka to be more than phenomenal during this time. And so, we're gonna flip over to the WNBA. I know that Dom got a lot to say. Atlanta's your team, and they're shaping up. And I really honestly do appreciate the process and the progress of the league, and how it's shaping up in the players, and the teams have more parity now.
Absolutely, Goody. You know how I feel about my Atlanta Dream. Today, they're gonna put the world on notice. The Connecticut Sun are 7-0, but the Dream are loaded. They got pieces they haven't even used yet this year that haven't even gotten minutes. Once the gel happens, once they all come together, they scary good. A young Aces. Once the Aces have their run, which is another maybe 2 or 3 years, after that, the Atlanta Dream is up next. They're next coming.
You've been saying that for the last year and a half now, so give it the opportunity and the momentum to catch up to us.
Yeah,
we still out in front, and we still chasing Houston Comets.
Yeah,
I shout out to Dom. He's been saying the dream, and they're a team you have to not overlook, right? But what I do not like about this scenario is we're overlooking the Liberty. Although we think they fell off, you look at it about this point last season when we were talking about this, it was the same discussion. The Liberty, do they have enough to do what it takes? And I think we're overlooking it because it's still young, early in the season, right? They're not really gelling just yet. But what do veteran teams do? They start gelling and playing well in the latter part of the season and in the playoffs when it matters. So I love the Dream. you know, I love the Aces, and the Suns was my other pick last year, but I love the Liberty. The Liberty, I see another a rematch in the finals. Liberty, Aces.
Okay, I can dig it. They certainly do need to get past the Sun first and foremost. Everybody's looking at them because they're first in the league right now. You know, the Liberty is second. Of course, we're in a comfortable third. So after that, it's anybody's game. You know, on the East Coast, you got first, second, and then third and fourth is always scrambled. And then on the same thing, pretty much on the West Coast, first and second team, and then the third and fourth is scrambled. I can honestly say that I think that Phoenix is completely out of the picture this year. They have a lot of things, I don't even know the word to even attach to them right now. They got a lot of things that they got to fix. You know, Seattle, they need to gel. And if I got advice for anybody, y'all better stand down and let Skylar Diggs do her thing. Because she's a vet, she knows what to do. It's not about personalities. You guys are there for a common goal. I know a team that won four national championships in the WNBA, and most of them didn't get along. So what it is, you got to put that stuff aside. You know, whoever was taking the most shots, figure out another way to get your shots. Go crash the boards. There's a lot of things that you can do to be a better leader. But right now, Skylar Diggs is in control up there. So let her have the reins and see what she can do. You know, instead of having opposition. You know, it's hard for her to follow up behind Sue Bird, you know, because probably every single thing that she does, you know, is going to be compared to her. So if Seattle wants to win, they really, really need to piggyback off of Skylar Diggs.
I agree. I mean, they have the pieces, but it goes back to what you said, Skylar Diggins. You know, she is the leader. She should be the leader and should be used more in that system. Yeah, so for me, I agree. You know, they could be a very dangerous team once they start gelling. Yeah.
She came back. She's in rhythm. Diggins is in rhythm right now. She had a lot of, she had a whole year to reflect and get herself together mentally, which it seems that she did. You know, over there in her off season with Bridget Pettis. And so I know what she's doing. I know what Bridget put in her. So, you know, I hope that they let her fly and, you know, let some of that off season workout come out.
Absolutely. Wise words from Goody. And I know the Seattle Storm staff, how much they, you know, they browse the internet at times when they're on the plane and they're going to see your clip. They're going to take that to heart and it may be played during a practice. I'm almost certain of that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, the two leading scorers of the team need to sit down and they need to get everybody else to rally around them. And then once that happens, Seattle will take off. But until then, they're gonna be in the dirt. You know, and you're listening to a WNBA State of Mind. We chopping it up. I got my nephew over here, Don Dada, Wilford over here. We chilling, we kicking it. We know we got games coming up. Today there's quite a few games coming up because the NBA is not kicking off, I don't think, until Wednesday. So that's a long time. And so if you want, you know, basketball excitement, you need to watch the WNBA. You can pick it up on ESPN. You can pick it up on Ion. And you can get it on the WNBA app if it's not a game that's in your area that's going to be blocked out. So I think they're doing a better job of making sure that there's games on. You still might have to search a little bit, but if you are an avid fan of the WNBA, then you are going to find the game to watch and you're going to figure out how to do it. You know, like I said, I think they need to put more games on Facebook Watch, like they were doing with the G League, because it was a winner chicken dinner. You know, I appreciate the fact that Dom also mentioned, you know, was talking about it. It was really premature about a year ago with the 3-on-3 basketball league that's going to be coming. Breanna Stewart, and I can't remember who her partner is. It could be Collier. I stand corrected. coming up with the league, and I was just talking about this. As soon as somebody else comes around, bang, the WNBA is gonna have to catch some get right. Because at this point right now, November 24th at midnight is the targeted and projected time that the girls can opt out of the current WNBA CBA, and also the league can opt out of it. And they need to opt out of it. If they could opt out of it tomorrow, they need to opt out of it because they need to get the salaries right. Okay, they need to get a couple of things as far as retirement is concerned. They also need to get the revenue sharing together, because the girls should be sharing in the ticket. I don't even know if they understand or know that. And the retirement players need to have the group licensing released to us at some point in time so that we can share in the revenue as well. It's been 27 years and we have been held back from earning money. And so now is the time, and now is the time to make the noise. I also mentioned that they need to do something with the players committee. They need to vote and get some fresh blood in there. And we need some players that are going to be for the people, by the people, to the people, about the people, and are the people. And so we need to make that change. I'm looking forward to Pamela Wheeler coming in and consulting with them in regards to our issues. And so we're going to wrap it up. I want you guys to go to Spotify, or wherever it is, your podcast platform is, and follow a WNBA State of Mind. It's coming up on its 100th episode, and the more followers, the better. We appreciate all the love over here. And Dom, I'm going to let you take us out with a few things that you're doing, and Vid, you take us out with a few things that you're doing.
Hey, absolutely. And, a WNBA State of Mind was so needed. 4 years ago, Goody, God gave you the vision to create that. I think you're coming up on that 4-year anniversary, or we passed that 4-year anniversary, because you had one of the most impactful first episodes that a podcast has ever had. The topic wasn't basketball. It was COVID. Out of all things, it wasn't even being talked about on the news. Goody, you're a visionary. I'm giving you your flowers right now. I'm going to pass everything over to Vid. And, you guys look out for that 100th episode, because it's going to be special.
Yeah, I would like to thank all the viewers, followers, all that. First and foremost, I got to shout out Buddy Brew down here in Tampa, where I'm at right now. Good friends of mine and everything. So anyway, what I'm doing, you see me on my auntie's podcast. We're publishing books out here in Tampa. Also with the youth, doing travel basketball and building them up. It's not about just basketball, it's life skills. And to bring it back to the WNBA State of Mind, it's just not a basketball podcast. We touch on basketball, but it deals with things in real life, business, life, relationships. Bringing it back to the very first episode my auntie had me on was that episode about COVID and everything, and it was definitely life-changing for everyone that were involved and all the viewers or whatever. So shout out to Goody, and thank you for having us on every week.
That's what's up, and we're going to take it out on that way. WNBA State of Mind. I appreciate Don Dada, and I appreciate Nephew Vid always coming on the show and being receptive to everything that is thrown their way. And we've had some wrinkles and we've had some kinks, but we've worked it out. And it's just an awesome testimony. And like I said, go and download the show with WNBA State of Mind. We'll be back up next week. Of course, to everybody getting ready to kick off the summer, make sure you stay safe. Sammy Sosa, peace out, babe.